Alright lads, welcome to Red Dead Redemption 2 Rags to Riches. In this series we will be going from absolutely nothing, grinding our way up through the world of Red Dead Redemption, getting the best horses, saddles, guns, outfits, and eventually completing all awards in Red Dead Redemption Online, all while taking in the beautiful scenery of this game. Right, so if you follow what I do in this series, it'll be a long series, especially if I'm completing all awards, but if you follow what I do money making wise, you should have a lot of money in no time. It is obviously a grind, but I'm here to show you the easiest ways to make that money. But obviously, you have to have fun as well, so not everything I do in this video is going to the most time efficient or money efficient, I guess. Also, if you do go into your settings, you can click benefits and go in to offers and rewards. I only have a change of appearance and 50% off select role items left, but you do get a free horse, a free saddle, and free horse insurance, which I just went and did that before I started recording because no one wants to see that. But if you haven't done that yet, make sure you do it, because if you're still using the base horse, that is just tragic. In case you're wondering, how do you level up these horses so they have more stamina and more health? You will achieve bonding by riding, leading, padding, pretty much anything you can do with interacting with the horse. Now, if you're anything like me when you first start playing this game, you're probably sat here wondering what you can do, thinking about the fact that there's zero money-making methods. Nothing's really changed since when I started playing the game to now that I'm starting a new account. It feels the same, I won't lie to you, but I know the ways you can make money now, so that's a lot easier. The first thing we're going to have to do is, if you head over to Saint Denis here, there is a blood money thing for Guido Martelli. So you got to go to that, watch a pointless cutscene, so I'll see you when I'm done there. Side note, you can also fast travel, but I am severely broke, so I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to jump on this train if it doesn't wipe me out. Never mind, because I'm not getting on the train. Once you've got a few $100s, or even just more than I have, I would recommend to start fast traveling because it's much more efficient for your time. Okay, there is an event here of some kind. Okay, I think we've got to protect this camp, but it's probably not going to go well because I have like no dead eye and nothing else. Yeah, I have. Oh, never mind, it's just people. Lemoyne Raiders or whatever they're called. Okay. You will get also these random events. They can be anything from protecting guys to saving them to whatever else they may be. There's one where you got to protect some survivors or campers or whatever they're called, and it's a bit harder if you don't have good weapons and all that sort of stuff, but it's still doable. So anytime you see one of these, I do recommend doing them. I just lost honor for looting kidnappers. I've never seen game logic so backwards in my life, but it's okay. If you are for some reason a regular viewer of my channel, which there isn't many of, but if there is one or more, or any for that matter, you would notice there's a lot of games being played on my channel over the span of 6 months, which I then took a 4-month break, but ignore that. But yeah, my point is, you would notice there's a lot of different games on there, and I'm trying a few different things, so make sure you let me know if you like this, or if you like the others, or just whatever you guys like, I'll make more of. I play a whole heap of games that I'm perfectly fine with playing, so if you like any of it, I'm more than happy to make more content for that game. I was going to do this Rags to Riches series on Grand Theft Auto Online, but it's a bit... But there's a heap of people that do that, so I figured, why not take this game that hasn't had a serious update in well, years at this point, I think. It's just unnecessary, isn't it? Dickhead. But yeah, I thought we'd jump into Red Dead Online, a game that hasn't been updated in however long, and try to bring some sort of fun, some sort of life back to it. Anyway, pointless cutscene time.
Perhaps you have already guessed what I wish to discuss. The word capitale does not mean anything to you?
Not really, and it never will, because that's not what I'm here for.
Now, the organization that I represent has been using a unique system
By the way, you can just ignore everything he said. Nothing he says even actually matters because we're not doing the shit for him. We're just doing something along the way. Alright, now, this is the part where I tell you you just went all the way here for no reason, essentially, because of a stupid cutscene. But now you go back to roads. You can get these spawn in different locations. There's some of them that spawn in Saint Denis, but I go back to roads anyway because I don't like the more populated areas. But these little water droplet looking things with a money symbol on them, possibly a money bag, I don't know. Anyway, so these little icons, they will give you blood money missions, which will essentially give you Capitale, but we're not here for that. We're here for the money from the blood money missions. Another quick tip, if you set a waypoint, you can then go into cinematic mode as long as you're on the road heading towards your waypoint, and it will just take you there automatically. If you tap the accelerate button a few times, it'll usually hold at like a decent speed, but it won't actually drain your horse's stamina, so you won't have to worry about it just flopping on the ground and dying or whatever happens when you run out of stamina, I'm not sure. Right, so I've arrived at this location. This is the Anthony Foreman location, I believe. And you do have to go in through the front door. I don't know what it is, it won't let you through the back, but there is one thing I've got to mention before we do this. This first mission is just, when you visit each of these blood money missions, there's a first like stranger mission that you get. So complete that stranger mission for whichever location you may be at, and then I will show you how to make the most money with the blood money missions. Also more pointless cutscenes. Is both an option? Right, so once that cutscene's over, it will give you a pointless mission where you gotta go and ambush a stagecoach and kidnap someone. And now you may be thinking that I'm skipping over this too fast, considering it's a rags to riches and not really a guide series. But that is because this mission is literally pointless. I will show more of the other missions that we'll do that actually matter. But yeah, just complete this pointless mission and then we'll carry on with the rest of the stuff we've got to do. Dead. I missed. Dead. 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 There's like 3 unnecessary deads in there because only half of them died. Whoa! But, you know. Okay, so once those guys are killed, you just have to kidnap this dude, which he runs for some reason. To be fair, I'd run too, I was getting kidnapped, but that's not the point, I'm not. So. Before you pick up and run off with this guy, make sure you loot all the bodies, because you can get money, collectibles, you can get health cures, and Deadeye tonics, which will be very useful for doing blood money missions. Pick this guy up. And I have got a wanted level now, but you just drive to the location that it gives you with the wanted level because it just keeps coming back for some reason. Drop off the target and that's the end of the mission. And plonk him on the floor and the mission is over. And before you go and spend all that money buying food and all sorts that doesn't actually get your cores up that much, I'm going to quickly show you a way that you can get food for free that will regenerate all of your cores pretty much to maximum. Right, if you head to an area around here, you will be able to find some pigs. And if you can't find any pigs, you can use deer or pretty much anything, but I do recommend deer, pigs, bear, anything like that. There's, don't use coyotes or birds, or it's just not really worth it. I can do the rest off camera, but I'll get this one. If you are in a similar location to me at the moment, then you can just put your camp in Scarlet Meadows and it will spawn somewhere around here. Once you've got your animal meat, so once you've skinned the animal, you've got your animal meat, head back to your camp. If you go over to the camp, you can cook and craft. Now this can be tedious for a long time, but eventually you will be able to unlock a better campfire that cooks faster, and you will be able to unlock a pamphlet that lets you cook 3 pieces of meat at the same time. But for now, this is what we're working with. So you're going to go ahead and you can add herbs to it, which upgrade it, but for now, so you can make money without wasting too much of your life, just go ahead and cook everything that's in here. You can also let me know if this episode is too boring. I can cut it down a bit, make it a bit more fast-paced, but I figured I like watching some YouTube videos that are less get everything at once and more you get to see what happens along the way. Like a more realistic experience that a player would have, so that if you are relatively new to this game, you can watch this video and realize that it happens to everyone, and you can laugh at my experience instead of just seeing 1 minute I'm broke and the next minute I have $5 million in my account. You can also craft other things, but you need herbs and all sorts of stuff. A lot of the stuff you can craft that'll be useful you have to have a pamphlet for, which you can buy off of some dude that cost all this money, so let's just keep it simple for now. I'm going to show you how you can make some serious money in this game. By serious, I mean not actually that much, but enough to make this experience worth it in some capacity, I guess. I've encountered another stranger. Do I kill you, or...? What are you... whatever. You seem like extremely intoxicated though, my guy. I think I've done this before and I believe you can steal all this shit. I mean, yes, I'll watch your stuff, kind sir. Is there anything stealable? There is. Where? Stealable things. Yes, you can take his belongings. I don't know if he ever comes back, which is a problem. I actually don't know if he comes back. There's usually some lockboxes or stuff that you can open during these. This dude is heavily intoxicated on all sorts of stuff. Okay, I found a collectible Irish whiskey, which will make money once we get the collectible. Oh, there's also a money sack thing in here. A coin bag or whatever. $3, very helpful. Am I actually meant to be watching this dude's shit or what? Can I just leave? I'm sure I can just leave, but... Okay, we found some more money. I think there's some more money over there too. What's that? Yes, I am watching your stuff. No one's taking anything. Alright, I'm not actually sure that this dude ever comes back, so I think we're just going to leave. So you want to return to the location that you did the first mission at, because then you won't get a new random mission to do. You can go in here and go over to this dude, or whichever dude you may have chosen to do. Triangle or Y if you're on Xbox, and you'll see all these missions pop up here. You can do these. I believe there's 3 of them, and at the end you get a $75 bonus, so you can do those. But I would start with these basic ones, especially if you're pretty new to the game. Do these basic ones, get some money up, get some items, whatever you may need. And then you can go and do these and get an extra $75 on top after the completion of the 3rd mission. But for now, we're going to do Stagecoach Stick Up. Okay, so I am running out of recording time, but I will show you quickly how to do this efficiently and make the most money out of it, so then you guys can do that until I upload next time, or you could never watch one of my videos again and not care at all, so I don't know. But anyway, let's quickly get into this. There are a few different things, but yeah, the way you make the most money is backwards. So you'd think that if you completed the mission quicker, you'd get more money. Well, you're wrong. Okay, so there's 3 numbers you need to remember: 6, 9, and 12. Those are the minutes that your money will increase. So if you do a mission for 5 minutes, you're gonna get regular payouts. If you do a mission for 6 minutes and 1 second, you're gonna get extra money, and then on and on. So if you can get it to 12 minutes, then you'll make the most money. But I'll show you anyway. We'll get into it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. I do recommend getting a timer up. So once you click on this, if you got your timer up on your phone, or just remember the time so you can do it that way. I don't know. Like maths and stuff. Loading screen simulator. Right, so if you don't already have a timer up the top, as soon as there's a pop-up for the mission, you can click start on your timer, because that is when the thing begins. Right, so it's telling us to head to the Braithwaite stables, so we are going to go here. I've got to search the stable for a delivery schedule. I don't actually think I've done this one before. Actually, I might have. I don't know. Try to do this silently, but... Yep, that's not going to happen. I just made this 10 times harder for myself, but anyway. Yeah, try to do this stealth if you can. You can use throwing knives and whatever, but worst case you do what I did and alert them. It'll only take a few minutes to fight them off. Well, it should anyway, I'm not sure, but as long as they don't start coming in waves of hundreds, we should be fine. Upstairs, possibly? Yes, it is in fact there. Right, so it is upstairs. We've got to go to the stagecoach. Right after we shoot this dude back down the ladder he's climbing up. Yes, why don't you climb the ladder too? That was an intelligent idea. Right, so we're at the stagecoach, and they did give me a timer for the second half of this mission, so you can just go off that if you want, but you're not always going to get a timer, so I do recommend still setting one. Dead.
Here, okay, just take it. Please.
I don't know why I did that, but I did. Anyway, you kill those guys, and then you'll be able to pick up this bag. Then you can head to the destination, and as I said, make sure you're always looting these bodies. It's just the fact that I don't have much recording time left, but I still want to show you guys that you can make some money off of this. But I still want to show you guys that you can make some decent money off of this. Right, so we're now at the location. We can head, watch for crocodiles, by the way, just side note. You can head over here, and then from here all you gotta do is run up here and drop that there is a crocodile there. Right, so you can, when you're here, you can turn in the bag to this guy. I didn't wait for the most efficient time, I just did 6 minutes. You can wait for 12, you will get more money, as I said. Just give it a try. First one you can do for 6 minutes, the second one 9, the third one 12. Just give it a go and see what suits you the best. If you can sit there for an extra 6 minutes, then I would suggest doing that, because you make much more money that way. And that is where I'm going to end this episode, because I'm out of recording time. But if you did enjoy this, let me know. Like, subscribe, and give me feedback on how I can make this better. Goodbye.